Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm here to show you my Kino Lorber haul. If you didn't know, currently as I'm making this video, Kino Lorber is having a sale. They have 4Ks as low as $17.99. They have Blu-rays around $9.99. And it's just a great deal. Kino Lorber has been absolutely killing it this year. They've been putting out so many great titles. And also, Barnes & Noble is having a 50% off Kino Lorber sale. And they have all the titles on there, so go check them out. My local Barnes & Noble actually has like this little Kino Lorber section that you can kind of thumb through and find what you're looking for. So it's pretty cool. But if yours, if you don't live close to a Barnes & Noble, or if your Barnes & Noble doesn't carry physical media, you can always check their online site. Yeah, but go check them out because you'll find lots of good stuff. And let's go ahead now. Some of the movies that I picked out, some are blind buys, some are ones that I've seen before, but maybe it's been a while. So I've got some recommendations for you guys. And let's go ahead and get into the first one, and that is The Manchurian Candidate. Now, this is a political thriller. It's got Denzel Washington, Liev Schreiber, Meryl Streep, all-star cast, directed by Jonathan Demme, the guy who directed Silence of the Lambs. So you definitely want to watch this one. This movie really is, I don't want to say too much about it. I think it's kind of best to go into it blind, but it's like all about, kind of who to trust, who not to trust. It's got a thriller aspect. It's got a little bit of a sci-fi aspect, a little bit of a horror aspect. And there are all these very tight close-up shots onto people's faces. And it always gives you this feeling of God, I don't know if I should be trusting this person or not, because it kind of makes them look crazy when you have this zoomed in, face, and it's just, it does such a great job because there are characters that start off, kind of sane and normal, but then they start to sound more insane and illogical, and you're like, God, I don't know what's going on exactly here. And then there are characters that start off kind of crazy, but then you peel back the layers, you start to find out what's going on and everything. And I just think it's a really well-made film, and go ahead and check that one out. Next up, we have Hard Target. Now, this is an action film. It had been a long time since I had revisited this, but I just watched it a week ago, or rewatched it a week ago. And man, it is just such a badass movie. I will say that it is very cheesy. It came out in 93, so it's got a lot of the 90s cheese going for it. But the action scenes are incredible. I mean, there are just people getting blown away left and right. There's explosions, there's guns, there's hand-to-hand combat, martial arts, there's motorcycles flying everywhere. And just all these really cool, elaborate set pieces, too. I like how they bounce around. Because you'll have, this epic, car chase, motorcycle chase scene, and then you'll have, hand-to-hand combat stuff, or you'll be out, in the middle of the forest, and they'll be taking people out there, especially the last action set piece. I thought that was really cool, where they end up at the very end. But yeah, you have Lance Henriksen in this, Jean-Claude Van Damme, directed by John Woo. Man, you really want to watch. If you like 90s action movies, check this one out. Like I said, it starts the opening scene is awesome because you get some good action stuff in there. You find out kind of what's going on, and then it kind of gets a little, I don't know, it slows down after that for a bit, because they're introducing you to your characters, and it's just kind of cheesy. It really is. But if you can push past that and get to where the action kicks in, it's fantastic. Because I just don't really buy the relationship that Jean-Claude has with this chick that's in here. I just don't. The chemistry doesn't feel like it's there to me, which is fine. It's a 90s action movie. Who gives a shit? But I'm just saying, I'm really like, okay, let's get past this stupid shit and let's get to more Lance Henriksen doing crazy evil stuff. And, you know. So, yeah, check out Hard Target. Next up, this is a blind buy recommended from Born to Be Rad, Garrett. And this is Buried Alive. Now, I think this is a good movie to go into blind, but if you want a quick little synopsis just from what I read, the wife and this guy that the wife's sleeping around with, I guess, plot to kill her husband, and that's the basis of the story. I don't want to get into anything after that, but that's the gist of it. So go ahead. From the looks of it, if I had to guess, it looks like he comes back because it says Buried Alive. So I don't know if he's like a zombie or if they just didn't kill him. They thought they killed him, but they didn't. I'll have to watch and find out. All right. Next up, we have To Live and Die in LA. Man, this was a first time watch, and I loved it. The music in this movie, the pacing, it's just fire. I mean, this thing just kicks in and goes. I loved all the acting. Willem Dafoe steals the show, though. He's the villain in this. Amazing. But, yeah, it's just got this good energy to it. It really is. It's like almost 2 hours long, but it just kind of breezes by. This movie really, I was talking about Hard Target, but this film took the cake when it comes to a great car chase sequence. I mean, it looks so real the way it's filmed. And of course, this is directed by William Friedkin, so he's an excellent director. It makes sense. I mean, just the way it was shot, the cinematography, everything is just gorgeous. But, yeah. And the lead guy, William L. Peterson, who you also know from Manhunter, and I think he was in one of the CSI shows or whatever. He's great too. Really, the whole cast, everybody's stellar, but the things that stood out to me the most, first of all, there are people just getting shotgun blasted, their fucking faces ripped off, and the action's great. The action's great, the suspense, car chase sequence, the music, just the overall feel of it. I don't know. I loved it. I really did. So, oh, and it's also a sexy, like, thriller, it's definitely got a lot of that sexiness to it too, with multiple characters, they're with all these like very sexy ladies doing their thing. So it's got that aspect. So it's just perfect all the way around. I mean, it really is. Check that one out. Next up, blind buy, Turbulence. Ray Liotta, Lauren Holly, Lauren Holly from Dumb and Dumber, Ray Liotta, incredible actor. Love him in Goodfellas. That's probably my favorite thing from him. But I have not seen this one. I just know that there are two convicts that are, and it's Ray Liotta and whoever the other guy, and they're being transported onto this plane. And I guess it's like this last minute flight where they're taking people home. I think it's actually during the holidays, like maybe, during Christmas, or like Christmas Eve or around there. They're taking all these last minute people back home and everything. Lauren Holly plays one of the stewardesses, and I guess the Ray Liotta is like a psychopath, like a suave psychopath guy, and they break free, of course, and they take over the plane, and things ensue. Clearly, look at this poster. I love the poster, but I can't wait to check this out. Very excited. This is right up my alley for sure. All right. Next. Oh, and I did just, I know one person that talked about this a lot is, there's a channel called Fat Samurai Guy. And he did like a whole video on this, like him and a buddy of his, I think were just talking about it and, saying how it's like an underrated thriller. So yeah, go subscribe to Fat Samurai Guy. He's the one that recommended that. So awesome. And another blind buy, we have Narrow Margin. As you can see, I got this from Barnes & Noble, 50% off. Um, yeah, this has got Gene Hackman in it, and I guess he is transporting this lady right here from Canada to the United States. And there are a couple hitmen that are out to kill her because she's like a witness. So Gene Hackman is a lawyer, and I guess he's just trying to keep her alive, you know. Yeah, because I guess he's her like attorney or something, or you know, something like that. I don't know, but yeah, he's just trying to keep her alive. It's also got Emmett Walsh in there. Love him, great actor. And yeah, and most of it takes place on this train, I guess, and it's going through like the wilderness of Canada, and it's I don't know, just look, it sounded really good. You know, just another thriller. I love thrillers, so give that one a watch. All right. And last but certainly not least, we have Blown Away. Man, this movie is phenomenal. You want to talk about some great performances? You got Jeff Bridges, Tommy Lee Jones. Tommy Lee Jones plays this psycho that knows all about like making bombs and all this crazy shit, and he's just tormenting Jeff Bridges. Because if I remember right now, it has been a few years. I believe Jeff Bridges is the one that put him away. So Tommy Lee Jones escapes from prison, and I think he's like an Irish guy. I believe he's Irish. Tommy Lee Jones. He's got that accent or whatever. So he breaks out of prison and he hunts down Jeff Bridges and he starts tormenting him. So yeah, it's an excellent thriller. Definitely check this one out. But yeah, that's it. That's the entire haul right there. And let me know what you guys find if you decide to go to your local Barnes & Noble or if you just go to Kino's site. You know, have you guys purchased anything fun lately from them? Any Kino Lorber recommendations from you guys? Please let me know. I'd love to hear them. But that's it. This is Anthony's Horror and More, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.